We are decluttering today. I'm on a mission to declutter pretty much as I possibly can today. I am going to record this on a stopwatch because I'm curious to see how long this actually takes. I am going to be moving soon, and so the less stuff I can move, the better. So I just want to clear stuff out. Anything I'm not using, hopefully is gonna go. The first thing that I'm doing is I'm starting with these. Each of these bins are going to get some form of designation. So I'm just gonna start by writing donate, donate, also made a maybe, and once I finally separated out my main bins, I started my stopwatch and just got moving on it. I first started with going through some of my drawers, and some of these things I had that I was like considering getting rid of, but have just honestly been putting it off. And so it was really good to kind of force myself to go through those things again and go through the things that I knew I just wasn't wearing. I think a lot of times, especially with clothes, for me personally, I have a tendency to hold on to things because I think that there's going to be a reason for me to wear them, but it ends up turning out that it's unrealistic and I just continue to not wear the item. And so I feel like going through this quickly today and not giving myself that much time to really dwell on it and think about it, I think it was really helpful for me. After I went through my drawers, I went through my closet. I had a couple things in there that I just have been sitting on. Then I went through my books, and at this point I realized that I already had my donate bin too full, so I put the maybe pile on my bed and used another box in order to donate some clothes. Then I went downstairs and I started going through, this is kind of essentially like overflow. I don't have a ton of space in my current living arrangement, so things are kind of scattered everywhere. So this is actually listed on my Poshmark right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off of there and just call it a day and donate it. I've had it on there for a while and I don't think it's gonna sell. It's gone. Love to see this though. We're to the very top, tippity top here, we're already overflowing. So yeah, I do have things kind of scattered. Like you can see here, I have just random, like there were clothes in here, there were shoes in here, there are random decor and seasonal things. So I just went through all of that and got rid of anything that I could think of. We're off to a very good start. It's only been like 30 minutes. I was actually so impressed with how quickly I was moving through this. I think forcing yourself to just do it as maybe not groundbreaking as that sounds, so many of these things I've just been putting off because it's like you just don't want to deal with it. Like this was not the most fun thing ever, but it also felt amazing when I was done, and it felt so nice to not have just this clutter everywhere. Like going through all of these products and things, like I found so many things that were not really should be used, like, or I just wasn't using. I mean, some of these things I honest to God think I've had since like middle school. And so it felt very good to finally go through all of those things, actually take a look at the things that I was genuinely using, throw out the products that were many years expired at this point in some cases, and just like reorganize that. Same thing with my makeup. I honestly just don't wear a lot of makeup, so I have a tendency to keep things for a very long time because I just hardly ever use it. But I know that's not really great for you, especially for like eye makeup and things like that. So I tried to go through and really get rid of anything that is not or has not been used in a long time, which was quite frankly most of this drawer. So I'm down to almost no makeup, which it makes sense for me. Honestly, I don't really wear it that often, so not a huge deal, but I was really happy to have that down to the bare minimum of things that I needed and hopefully products that are actually safe for me. Then I started going through another one of my just like random drawers. Like, what? There's zero organization here. I have the most random stuff. Again, expired products everywhere. Some stuff I don't know if I completely agree with on the expired product thing. Like that one I showed earlier was bentonite clay, or however you say that. And I don't really like, how bad can that go? I don't know. So I kept that because I didn't think it was that bad. But I do understand why the makeup and stuff you would want to throw away. So I did have to get rid of some of that, which, you know, it is what it is. I do hate throwing stuff away though. It makes me sad to waste any products, which is why I'm trying to be so much more conscious moving forward about only buying things that I'm going to use and using them up and then buying them again, and that's it. Like none of this hoarding or keeping things for years that I end up never using. So these were all of the things that I decided to keep. And then these are all of the things that I was able to part ways with. Some of these things I'm going to try to see if like family members or friends could use, but a lot of it is just needs to go. Okay, it has been about 50 minutes and I have already gotten rid of 90 items, and I was honestly going to quit. But now, since I have 90 items, I feel like I have to find 10 more things to get rid of. So I'm gonna go do that. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes and I've only been able to get rid of 2 more items. But this is at least a big item, so that's exciting. But need to keep going here. Okay, so I found these and these. Stuck. So they're honestly pretty similar. I mean, they're both just like basically flip-flops. I can wear either one of these pretty much anywhere. So I think I'm gonna get rid of these. I mean, it's literally just a pair of flip-flops, and I have a pair of Crocs and then I have these. So I don't know. I'm like so attached to shoes and clothing and things, but I'm really trying to get better about that. So I think I'm gonna force myself to get rid of these flip-flops. I found an unused candle, so I'm gonna give this to somebody. I believe this is item 94. Another thing I really struggle with getting rid of is like my paper products or any kind of like journal or anything like that. But I have never used this, and I think somebody else could get better benefit out of this than I do. It's been sitting in my drawer for a long time and I don't really feel like I need it, so I'm letting it go. Here are the rest of the items that I was able to gather. I wanted to hit 100, but I ended up with 95 in total, and it took me 1 hour and 4 minutes of actual active decluttering time. So I paused it a few times, like anytime I would go get a drink or like I got a snack. But a little over an hour of actual decluttering time, I got rid of 95 items. So I feel really good about that. It was a little easier with some of these items because they were ones I was kind of already considering getting rid of. So a lot of those were me just finally forcing myself to actually make the decision. And some of them were things that I honestly just came across today that I was like, whatever, don't need it. And I'm feeling really, really good. I am a little sad I didn't get to 100, but I think it's also really important to remember with decluttering that you want to keep a positive attitude around this. This should feel good to let this stuff go. It shouldn't really be, you don't want it to be from a place of frustration or anything like that, because I think that that ruins the experience and it makes it a negative rather than a positive. And so yes, sometimes it can be hard to let things go, but ultimately you want the overall feeling to be hopeful and freeing. And so I didn't want to force myself to just find 5 more items that I wasn't ready to let go of or that I didn't really want to let go of. So I decided on the 95, but I'm pretty happy about it. What I'm gonna do now is separate these out into piles on where they're gonna go. So the clothes are probably gonna end up going to Goodwill, and then the blankets are actually gonna go to a local animal shelter. This I might give to my mom if she wants it. And then I have a couple other items too that I specifically set out that I think friends or family of mine will like. So I want to run that by them first to see if it would be something they would be interested in. And then beyond that, it's probably going to go to Goodwill as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you are decluttering this year, then this is a great channel for you. I talk about money, minimalism, and just overall intentional living. So if you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you here. Thanks again.